This is Occupy Little Rock Radio, the voice of the people.
Not the sheeple.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Occupy Little Rock.
Occupy Little Rock.
He's doing radio now.
He's doing radio now.
And welcome everyone. Welcome to our listeners. Today's show we will have Judy Benecki. We'll be running a little bit late. And I'd like to introduce Melanie Lane, who's going to be our color commentary.
You said my last name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Disappointed.
Mel. Yes, the angry butch. Don't let it spread around.
Don't let anybody know.
And we have Kaitlin Lott.
Yay!
With her across the state information.
And
what I
in the
can't pick up,
city.
she picks up.
Yeah.
And we're going to start off the show with a little bit
Yeah,
of...
you forgot to introduce yourself.
Yes, I know. I know. You were listening to Chris Nielson, who is filling in for Greg Deckelman, who's right now up in Greers Ferry, chilling at the yacht club, setting up his drums, getting ready to, put out some tunes.
Redneck Yacht Club.
And
Yes, gotta be a redneck yacht
Greg
club.
has crossed over to the dark side.
Yeah.
No, he's actually
Yacht Club is very much tongue-in-cheek.
Plus the fact that he's also trying to earn a living right now.
Yes, that's kind of, I'll give him that.
And we'll be having a guest phone in, Christina Tobin, who will be giving us an update on the Free and Equal Festival, and you can set up for that. But since Dee Dee's running just a smidge late today, she said she would do a rain check, and she did call me just a few minutes ago, and she should be in here pretty quick. We're going to go ahead and start off with State of Occupy to kind of get things set and the tone going. And you're going to be surprised that really, if we had this show last week, we would have been giving you a lot more news. Unfortunately, this is a river of truth, and so you can only do it when it's flowing at the time. So.
And last week it happened to be coming over the banks.
Yes, it was coming over the banks, and unfortunately, if you weren't paying attention online, you missed it. And to be honest with you, the State of Occupy is doing great. And so I'm going to bring back some old stories from last week. Hashtag OpOK, which is inter-occupy, as long as you can call it inter-occupy effort of mutual aid. And right now, there are some really good developments. Moore, Oklahoma, and El Reno, Oklahoma, are getting assistance from direct volunteer action by the inter-occupy groups, and they're also bringing in some great news about helping out the people from those tornadoes.
And even more than volunteering right when it happened, volunteering now is just as or more important. They still need lots. So look up OpOK. It's OPOK, and figure out a way to donate or volunteer.
Or volunteer. Yes, there are plenty of people out there right now, as it stands, that are actually getting organized. And here in Arkansas, there are people that are organizing for the MENA relief after they had that terrible torrential rain event. And Occupy Sandy is helping out by coordinating nationally. They are giving us links. If you want to look up Occupy Sandy, New Jersey, New York, Staten Island, Cedar Grove communities, they are going to be more than happy to help you find the right pathways to get help to those survivors, those disaster survivors, including Sandy. In fact, they are actually still handling a lot of volunteers.
Oh yeah, there's still a mess up on the
there's
East
a lot of
Coast.
flooding.
We're at the point, especially in Oklahoma, but on Sandy as well, where the cameras have went away.
Yes.
And the attention has gone on to other things. But that's not to say that the problems aren't still there.
Yeah. Well, moving on, we have some greater news. Turkey, Occupy Turkey, or Occupy Ghazi, has gotten really huge. More than 67 cities as of last week. But that's actually, reports are trickling in that there's more than 100 cities now in Turkey that are really, 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 really starting off with just a heart causing a revolution.
Yeah,
A moment of resistance.
Seen some pretty rough pictures coming out of that. It seems that our brothers and sisters in Turkey are getting hit pretty hard. So
yeah,
I'm thinking of you guys. And
yeah, there's some people over there I do know. Unfortunately, I've actually had people from over there confirming stories of the fact that they are using Agent Orange. Please, please, please stay away from those fire hoses. They're loaded with Agent Orange. So those that are listening over the web, on KABF.us, please, please, please stay away from those fire hoses. They will tear the skin off you. They will also hurt you with the Agent Orange that they've loaded up in those water cannons. So please stay away.
Plenty of tear gas, too. I saw they tear gassed a dog. Nice.
That may be true, but...
Jeez.
They are not... They're not so far... We're not so far away from that right now. They used to use water cannons here in America.
Well, they use tear gas here. They use... sound cannons.
Yeah, flashbangs and all manner.
I hear we still have 3 people from Occupy Wall, or no, it wasn't Wall Street. I think it was in Chicago where they used the sound cannon. And they're still experiencing temporary deafness.
Yeah.
That's temporary 9 to 12 months later.
Yeah, they're still calling it temporary. I'm wondering when they're going to call it permanent.
Meanwhile, in Mayflower, as Mayflower residents and the township suing Exxon, there have already been countersuits that have decided to go ahead and dismiss their countersuing on dismissal of as frivolous. And there's a lot more.
Frivolous?
Yes,
really? That is not the definition I would have get.
That's a copy. And yes, we're being joined in the studio by Didi Bonecki, who will go ahead and start. Will join us right after the rest of the Occupy news. Yes, there's been some cleanup doublespeak. Apparently, they are still denying the fact that they dumped stuff in Saline County, and they are also denying the connection to the Chesapeake fracking. Apparently, Chesapeake has been getting back money to actually explore more of Faulkner County's fault lines.
Right.
And they're dumping their fracking waste into the Arkansas River again.
I hadn't heard of the fracking, but on the dumping in Saline County, wasn't that confirmed in the Greenpeace FOIA?
Yes, it was.
So they're still denying what is public record as true. Okay,
that's corporate.
We'll see how that works out for them.
Corporate doublespeak. So yes.
Well, it's been proven if you tell a lie often and often enough.
Yeah, it's true.
Publicly accepted.
Yes. Moving on, Anon's massive release of the NSA's, let's just say, snoopiness of our phones and internet usage. Actually, many of those of us that are in the know do know that this has been going on since before the Patriot Act. I would like to let our listeners know that I am right now doing the Occupy music, so I would like to...
That might be Christina.
That might be Christina? Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and we'll suspend the Occupy news and we'll go ahead and answer this phone call from Christina.
Hopefully, yeah.
Occupy Little Rock Radio, this is Chris Nielson. You're on the air. Is this Christina?
Did you put her on hold? What did you do?
No, I hit the phone. She just...
She hung up.
She hung up.
Aw. Call back, Christina.
Call back, Christina. I know you're listening. Okay. Not my favorite way. I mean, I just want to,
We'll
have
figure
that
out the
time
fun.
just right.
Go ahead.
Anyhow, getting back to the Anon, the release of the NSA files and the disclosures of asking various telephony, not telephony, but telephony companies to disclose their records and metadata has released caused a stir, along with the Justice Department's crackdown on whistleblowing, otherwise known as cracking down on leaks. The fact that the latest instance of where the Steubenville hacker that had released the records of the Steubenville rapists is now being charged with crimes that will actually amount to more than the rapist's time. He's actually facing more time than the rapist, by the way. Yes, I know this sounds unfair, but luckily the EFF and various other freedom of press and other organizations are trying desperately to have his sentence either reduced or have the charges thrown out for the fact that since the local authorities did not do their job until he brought their attention to it, he should at least get a pass on this. This was a very heinous crime.
Get a medal.
Yes.
Give me a break.
And in good news, I Don't Know More has announced that the Sioux Nation and Chippewa Nation have actually gone to the UN and filed genocide charges.
I saw that.
Yes, that's right. I Don't Know More is as large and in charge as Occupy, if not bigger, and they've just decided to throw down the gauntlet in the UN and file genocide charges against Canada and the U.S. now.
Yeah, I've seen a lot lately about the U.S. and like just in the last probably couple weeks about how they're still treating Native Americans. Like there's one city that's pulling Native American children like from their parents and sticking them in foster care, and I can't.
Foster care with non-Native Americans.
Yeah, which
from their culture.
Right.
Which is the same thing as what they did with a lot of the Afro-Americans that were newly freed slaves and such. Yes, you're right. This has been a long time coming. This is going to be actually after the AIM movement was put down, which was really they're still around. They are really gathering strength. Now moving on to the last piece of information that I found out about the information crackdown. Apparently, Obama and I shouldn't say Obama. I say the corporate administration.
Mm-hmm.
I will no longer attribute the
Yeah, I can't.
I'm getting tired of attribution.
And you can't always blame one man either. I mean, it's really, it's a lot.
It basically, it is exactly right. It is a lot. You should just say the corporate administration has decided to create a major crackdown overseas on the press, as well as snooping in on the various social media overseas. And right now, Turkey, or Occupy Turkey, has actually helped out with Occupy Syria on the Annan side, and it's actually helped release some information about the targeting list of many of social support and information sharing sites, and it looks like Annan and a few other Occupy movements overseas are seriously considering joining forces to actually resist this latest crackdown, and it looks like it's going to be successful.
Awesome.
And that is now going to be our victory and press segment.
Also on that, the same part about the you were talking earlier about the phones, getting the NSA phone records.
Yes.
Credo Mobile is still holding back from that. They won't release them. So yay, Credo! I need to switch my phone service. Thank you for reminding me yet again.
Well, the kerfluffle in the mainstream media, both right and left, and believe it or not, there is a very small left, pretty much you could say democratic media out there that comes about halfway to the truth. And they've been going on and on about, I'm just so torn about how I feel about this, because we've got to have security, but we've got to have freedom. I said, no, you don't. Every terrorist threat that we have had, including on 9/11, that has been successfully squashed, has been by the public. It has not had anything to do with giving up our rights.
I saw that study. I didn't read all the way through.
The backpack sitting there and said, hey, you guys going to do something about that? That don't look right.
Yeah.
People are, there's not going to be another 9/11 happen. The day of 9/11, but by the time the fourth plane was in trouble, the passengers stood home.
Right.
Yes.
And we've seen that the only time the government has been able to, do a touchdown run around the field and hold their hands up is when it's been plots against the U.S. that were actually instigated by the FBI.
Well, yeah, I do agree about this.
This idea of just, oh yeah, they can look at it. Now, a lot of us that are on the internet, understand
Yes.
some facts of life. And
Well,
the fact is that there are
yeah.
some people that are smart enough at. I've always assumed every keystroke I make, somebody can look at. I'm not paying my taxes
and it's
for
true.
my government to do it.
Right. And it's true. I've always assumed anything I do on the internet, people are going to know about.
Public.
Mostly because, I mean, Facebook is pretty public anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, with the Facebook, I don't. That doesn't offend me so much because it's always been there. But yeah, it's our tax dollars paying for it now.
Well, it's
that's what disturbs me because they are setting up, in a massive way to actually sort through this stuff.
And not to mention, when you're talking in a digital format, you don't have a tone of voice. You don't have, you can't always communicate what you're feeling at the time that you say it. You can be completely sarcastic, and people miss that all the time. And people are being imprisoned for their statuses on Facebook.
And
and that has gone too far.
And for the record, to the public, I'm talking about the guy. I believe he threatened the life of someone who ticked him off. And he said he didn't really mean it that way. Right? I mean...
and when you're behind the wheel of a car, yes, you might say...
Yeah, please don't let him bug my car.
And, there are times, too, when you're joking with someone and you're like, if you don't stop talking about that, I'm going to kill you. I mean, people say that. They say it all the time. And if you don't have the tone of voice, you're going to think it's real. And seriously, it's digital.
Yes.
Just... No.
Well, and the other thing I've been hearing all week long is, though, they're only going after the terrorists. And I have to tell you, as being part of a group that has been designated as potential domestic terrorists, I've got to find that a bit concerning.
Yeah, exactly. And I believe it was the Homeland Security Handbook still says that they can define a terrorist as someone who has more than 7 days of food stockpiled in their home. I go grocery shopping once every 2 weeks. Are you kidding me?
That's odd.
Who can't be classified as a terrorist?
That's odd when they only issue food stamps once a month.
Right?
Yes. Okay. Yes. And further explanation and discussion on the term terrorism or even the war on terror as terrorism. We'll probably have to go to another day. Right now, we've got some important news.
We got other stuff.
We got some announcements from the Occupy Little Rock GA. Yes, we are changing our venue, so we will be making announcements on air from the last GA and possibly.
We hold our GAs now in the parking lot of KABF after the radio show. If you just kind of want to show up.
Yes. Yes. And yes, those who want to know, I mean, we have a pretty small forum, so yes, even more than just 4 people will do.
So show up and have your voice heard loudly.
Yes.
Okay.
Where a vote still means a vote instead of $1. It's amazing.
And now we're going to go ahead and turn this program over to Dee Dee Benecki, who is really... She is the local representation for actually the mutual aid support group for direct action and assistance for your local community. She represents Open Door Outreach, and she is part of the universal. It's
a secular group.
Secular group. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's non-denominational, non-political, I guess. Basically, we're trying to put the function back in community, and that means if you feel that you don't trust your money going to something and you want to directly volunteer and help, ODO is the local alternative to doing that and actually helping people directly. And let's just go ahead and let Dee Dee introduce herself and give us a few announcements that she's brought in today.
Okay. Open Door Outreach has multi-purposes. One, of course, is to promote volunteerism. We try to work hard in our community and to help organizations, all the wonderful organizations locally that really need help. And we also work on just developing and promoting friendship among anyone who comes to Open Door Outreach or outside Open Door Outreach. It's a forum for people to come, be accepted. People from all walks of life are encouraged to come, and we become friends. And it helps overcome some people's kind of stereotypes and preconceptions about other people. That is already cured for even me in the group, I try not to stereotype, but I've learned so much about so many diverse people, and that's definitely one of the benefits of the group. We meet every Monday, except major holidays, from 5:20 till about 6:30 in the evening, which for many people is convenient to come straight from work. There are always complimentary cookies and pretzels to hold us over until dinner. We always meet at the same place, Sufficient Grounds Coffee House, downtown location at 124 West Capitol Avenue, and that's at the corner of Louisiana Street. And that's 124 West Capitol Avenue, Mondays, 5:20 till 6:30, except holidays. We'd love to see you there. And at those Monday meetings, we discuss and plan volunteer opportunities, we discuss good causes, we enjoy casual conversation, camaraderie, and we also do fun things. We have these fun and friendship outings where we'll go out and celebrate somebody's event, we'll have a little party, we watch movies, we'll go out together to hear a good band. And recently we went to see Moonshine Mafia at Cajuns. And, these are just about friendship and having a great time with each other. Open Door Outreach's mission is to bring people together from all walks of life, like I said, and we discriminate against nobody. It's a secular group, and the purpose of that is so that people can put their differences aside when they're in this place and just feel comfortable and not worry about their beliefs being offended. And so, kind of a fostered of no one's going to question anybody's beliefs and so forth. Come and let's just be friends and do great stuff together. We've done a lot of great work. We've done fundraisers for Solar Network for Homeless Outreach, Stew Pot, Community Breakfast, and Family Promise. And actually, we right now have another fundraiser for Family Promise, and it's really exciting. There's going to be a magic show by internationally renowned magician Randall Eller. And it's going to be on Monday, June 24th at 7 p.m. And you can learn more details about it and purchase tickets at the website familypromisepc.org. And tickets are only $15, and Randall's shows usually have a ticket price of about $50. So this show is going to be a real bargain, a unique and rare opportunity to see a world-class magic show right here in Little Rock. And all proceeds will go to Family Promise, which helps homeless families. We've also done food drives for depleted food pantries, sock drives to help warm people in need when the weather's freezing, collection of needed coffee mugs and jelly for serving breakfast to the homeless, non-perishable foods for Partners Against Trafficking Humans, toiletries and teenagers' clothing for Simone's Home, blanket drive for Just Because We Care, other special items we've collected for organizations in need. And lastly, of course, there's the volunteer part, and we have helped many organizations. Just some of them are Salvation Army, Women and Children First Domestic Violence Shelter, Our House, Harmony Health Clinic, Arkansas School for the Deaf, Lions World Services for the Blind, FUR, Simone's Home, Reach Out with their Christmas Caravan, Family Promise, of course, Arkansas Food Bank, and other organizations. That's about all there is to tell you. We do have a website. It's OpenDoorOutreachNetwork.com. And this time it's just a resource directory that directs people to organizations that can help them, all kinds of organizations that provide needs, anything from youth services to elderly care to ex-offenders assistance after coming out of prison to shelter, clothing, showers, whatever people need. But soon that website will be expanded to offer even more.
But you do realize that right now, locally, this is probably the best way of actually having direct participation of volunteers and material support for a lot of things locally. And it's a great networking hub right now as far as those volunteers that work with different sections of community needs can actually come into ODO and help network with your needs to be met with other folks. And right now, it's really that important. I don't care if it's Occupy or Salvation Army or United Way or whatever. Please, please, please consider, if you really need to fill that need, in your heart and soul to actually reach out and help someone else, this is a wonderful opportunity to be part of Open Door Outreach. And just like this listener support station where your dollars help us at KABF 88.3 FM stay on the air, this is just as much as an important thing. Make sure that you have your community network to help others so you can help yourself. Because this really does your heart good.
So if someone were to want to volunteer, what would be the best way for them to contact you? What would you tell them to do? Or, just like, would you tell them to email you, call, show up to the meetings? What would you say?
I would suggest at this point to show up at the meetings. And at that forum, you can get my personal email address and phone number. And I'm a little hesitant to give that over the radio. But so if you can come to one meeting, you'll see what we're all about. Again, it's Sufficient Grounds, downtown 124 West Capitol at the corner of Louisiana. And Mondays 5:20 till about 6:30 p.m. on except holidays. And we have an outline with all kinds of volunteer opportunities listed. You can learn a lot about things that are going on in the community right now, a lot of opportunities, just interesting information. And some people, they really aren't in a position right now to be able to volunteer, but they want to get out of the house, they want to make friends, there's a social aspect to the group, and they can become more educated about things so that when they are ready to get out there, they have some ideas what to do. And we make it pretty easy because we line up these opportunities and people can sign up and just come or not. Sometimes people have to cancel at the last minute, and that's okay too. Today we met out at Little Rock Animal Village to learn how to handle the animals so that we can help with the animals. And that was one thing we did today. Today we also prepared dinner for Women and Children First Domestic Violence Shelter, which was dropped off right before coming here. But these are all listed opportunities, and you can just pick and choose what interests you, whether it's animals, or it's the homeless, or it's domestic violence victims, or it's the environment, or it's people with physical disabilities, elderly. There are just a zillion ways to help in our community. And like Chris said, we have so much need, and it feels wonderful to give back. It really, really is its own reward. People at Open Door Outreach have really experienced a lot of joy and report really, really getting a lot out of it.
Okay, last for me. Now you mentioned the need, obviously. If you are in need of services that you think that maybe Open Door Outreach can offer, how would they get in touch with you? Same way, just come to the meeting?
Yes, if you can just come to one meeting. There is another forum. You can go to meetup.com. Meetup.com is a social forum, social group on the internet. It's free to join, and you'll find Little Rock volunteers. And they work in collaboration with Open Door Outreach, and we post opportunities on there. We post pretty much all of our opportunities on there. And there you can also message me. My name is Dee Dee Benecki, and you go into that group and you just click to contact whoever you want to message, and it'll come to my email address, and then I can email you back. And would love to hear from you. So that's.
If I recall correctly, I think it was Meetup that I actually got in touch with the first Occupy meeting that I went to.
Yeah. In fact, I think I may have to look again, but I think Meetup location is still up. No one's ever taken it down.
It's a legacy.
It's a legacy. But what we can say is this: ODO and the Occupy movement are starting to represent right now mutual aid. The reason why this is so important is because mutual aid and love in the community overpowers money and greed. And that way, you become immune to the effects of money. And that way, when it comes to sharing, it is not such a hardship or burden. It is actually a release of burdens. And that's part of the reason why I was hoping to get that Dee Dee to come in and kind of help set the tone as far at the beginning of the show. But this is fine, just the same. Having mutual aid in a community, especially when it's just, right now we have interfaith efforts going on in Little Rock. We have straight secular opportunity, no labels allowed in certain places. Well, that's fine. if you drop the labels, it's a lot easier just to go ahead and help your fellow human being. And the reason why I say human being is because it's not just men. It's women and children.
She's still on hold.
What? She's still on hold? Oh my. Okay.
Nice.
Occupy Little Rock. Are you still there, Christina? Okay, something's wrong with my mic here.
I think it actually disconnected this time.
Oh, shoot.
Wow. We need to be trained in the phones.
Yeah,
if anyone knows how the phones
have been
work.
problematic ever
Yeah, I
since it
don't understand why, it wasn't supposed to be on hold at all. In fact,
There's one line open.
yeah, well, I just turned it on. But actually, you're supposed to, active, they already told me once you push it, it's supposed to be good. Anyway, thank you for letting me know that there was somebody on hold. I'm so sorry, Christina. I'm still learning the phones here, okay? And I'm probably going to have to come in during the week and talk to John and have him run me through the whole process again. I did see it one time, though. So if you can try to call back, we can try to get you in there. We still got plenty of time. So if you're still on, wanting to get a hold of us, please try and get a hold of us. Anyway, back to mutual aid. The reason why it's so important is because Occupy Sandy and now the OP-OK has been pretty important. Right now, Moore, Oklahoma, El Reno, Oklahoma, now Mena, Arkansas, they all need your support. And if you have any kind of network here locally and you want to know about how to volunteer, get a hold of either Open Door Outreach or find something online that actually will get you to the OP-OK that Occupy movement is doing right now. Occupy Wall Street is lending its voice and power to the Mutual Aid and Support Network. Everybody over there on the New Jersey and New York shores, they are getting help. Those ones that are losing out as far as not having a business, they are actually getting support from those groups. And right now, it is much more important to actually rebuild community. And this is an excellent opportunity to do that.
On that same thread, if you do want help with local disaster, like what's happening in Oklahoma and in Mena, Occupy Little Rock does have contact with someone who has been doing disaster relief and has been collecting people to go out and actually work in those areas. So if you want to go to the Facebook page for Occupy Little Rock, it's just Occupy Little Rock on Facebook, and just send us a message and we can try and get you in contact with him. But I don't want to give out his stuff on the air without his permission. Sorry.
Well, yeah. You can go ahead and post up on the official like page or the official. There's two pages, and yes, both of them work out.
Can I cut in?
Sure. Go ahead.
I forgot to mention Open Door Outreach is on Facebook. You just look
That's
up
right.
Open Door Outreach, and we have postings there. And of course, that is another way to reach us. So thanks.
Yes, that's right. Facebook is actually becoming the great way to actually network back into your community and actually become a factor in directly affecting your community or the world at large. Because apparently they are so mad on the information crackdown, they're actually going after Facebook, swearing up and down it's not giving away information. But apparently that just admitting to that is actually kind of saying that you've done nothing either way.
Just for the record, did I just hear an occupier say that Facebook is not straight evil? I'm in love with this.
Well, the thing is guess what, folks? That's how Occupy has been managing to actually survive.
Exactly.
We've been
Social
surviving
media
on Twitter and Facebook. We've actually, managed.
Well,
social media can be used against you, but
Yes.
it's a great revolutionary tool. It really is.
And the word tool is the operative word. The
Yes.
internet is not evil. Facebook is not evil.
That's right.
Google is not evil. It's
No.
how you use them.
Yes, it's how you use it. The tool can either be useful or a weapon.
And we're doing our best to beat this sword in a plowshare.
That's right. There have been many. Actually, I've been on Facebook long enough to actually see 3 movements move through to where they kept the Facebook nation safe. And there have been lots of pressure put on Mark Zuckerberg and the various investors I'd rather not say it simply because I would, well, I don't want to throw up in my mouth anyway. So.
Ew.
Yes, that's right. Unfortunately, I am actually being exposed to Stephanie Miller too much, and I wished I had. But yes, apparently she's rubbed off on me. But anyway, getting back to... Yes, that's right. That's right. Yes, there's a listener or two in here that actually listens to other radio programs. And besides actually being internet denizens, yes, we do listen to the radio. And sometimes watch TV. Because guess what? You know what? Sesame Street was not some crazy thing of indoctrination. No, it was actually helping kids to critically think and learn.
Well, this morning I just happened to be watching public television, and they had an episode of Bill Nye on.
Oh, yeah.
And which follows that same formula that Sesame Street and the Electric Company had, is if you actually make the kids giggle a little bit, they'll pay attention.
That's right. That's right. Just realized that we needed to get to Kaitlin's stuff. So,
Yay.
Can we get to Kaitlin's nice updates?
Sure. I've got two. One from the city of Little Rock. On Thursday, Ward 1 Director Irma Hendricks held a meeting at the Dunbar Community Center, and she invited representatives from the U.S. Department of Justice on of Civil Rights is the branch name of that one, where she came from, and it was talking about the financial distribution throughout the wards and how it was racially motivated, or how it could be defined that way.
Or biased.
Right, and so she took down all the reports, the representative from the Department of Justice, and she's going to be contacting multiple people in the area. They did say if you have anything you would like to add, and this is anything, it can be discrimination based on race, disability, gender, sexual orientation, anything that is a breaking of your civil rights, including from a private entity. She took reports from the electric company and a few others, and anyone within the government or the private sector, if they are breaking a discrimination law, then she will report it and move that forward. And if you want to add something to the list, then you need to contact Director Irma Hendricks. All of her information is online on littlerock.org. Again, she's the director over Ward 1. I also, for the record for everyone here, gave them all the information on Grizz Hayhurst's arrest at the library, and she will be following up on that.
Oh, good.
Because it is within the Department of Justice, their power to take all of the city security officers from libraries, from City Hall, from all over the place, and actually train them in how to ask the questions that the ADA allows and what they don't allow, which is the reason I brought it up to her, is because that's obviously a problem.
Oh, yes, definitely. There's
and
a lot of training.
That meeting did go pretty well. I was very happy with it. And the last thing I have is more on Fort Smith. We'll let you get that.
Let's see if we can get this caller this
Hopefully
time.
this is Christina.
I'm hoping this is Christina. Okay. Occupy Little Rock Radio, you're on the air. Okay, something's wrong with this. Okay, I'm trying to get this to work.
Is there a button you push up here?
Yeah, there's...
Yeah. How do you hit it? I don't know. I don't know how the system works. I'm just watching him push random buttons.
Occupy Little Rock Radio, you're on the air.
No,
Hello?
she's not. No,
She's not?
not on the air.
Okay. I am looking for the button that's actually supposed to give me that. Okay.
I'll continue while you're looking real quick.
I'm working on the
Oh.
turn here. Okay. What's my... Oh, okay, come on. Yeah, okay, I'm going to try to do this speakerphone because I don't know if I can. Alright. I hate doing Adam's work. Occupy Little Rock Radio, you're on the air. Oh, God!
Okay, that's how that works.
Occupy Little Rock Radio, you're on the air.
Is that her?
Okay, this is Christina?
Yay!
Hey, we got Christina! Alright, finally. How are you doing? Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit.
Oh, well, let's see if it matters. But
Okay, yeah, then I can hear you better now.
what happened this evening?
Yes, you wanted to call in and give us an update on the Free and Equal Festival?
Yeah, sure. Thanks so much, you guys, for having me on. I know I actually met all of you in person a couple weeks or a month or so ago.
Yes, you did.
Little Rock. It was really cool meeting all of you. And we had some breaking news we're announcing that the United We Stand Festival that we had tried to kind of do 2010 across Arkansas. We're now expanding and we're changing venues. So it's a real humbling experience to be a part of because all of our current talent, from Jesse Ventura to the band Saving Abel to Ben Swan, Governor Gary Johnson, Dr. Jill Stein, and just a lot of different talent is all very, very excited that we are now holding the event in Los Angeles.
So you're moving the event to Los Angeles?
We are, and it was very unexpected. I did not see this coming really until the last week when I realized that a lot of the celebrities of the bands that have now shown interest, megastars, to be added to perform and speak at the United We Stand Festival are really located for the most part in Los Angeles. And it was a decision we made as a team, and all of our Arkansas supporters. Greg Deckelman is helping us out. Of course, you guys in Occupy Little Rock is helping us out on a national level and helping to bring in the national Occupy group, Occupy LA. And I just wholeheartedly thank Little Rock and Arkansas and all the honest media out there for helping to launch, which I feel this event is likely to take place at UCLA. Outdoors, intramural field, and in October. And it's really, we're very excited. The musicians that I've been speaking with are just catching on, that is, with the fact that this movement here at Free and Equal about uniting people across the spectrum, what United We Stand Festival is uniting against the two-party system that's been intensely dividing us for centuries. And now there's this positive, powerful peaceful movement rising, and leaders from Occupy to Independents and Greens, Libertarians, and even people, individuals. We want to take our government back, and this movement is going to be bigger, I feel, than the government. And there's more of us uniting, and I feel that as we grow and this movement bigger than the government, we'll be in a position to again take our government back and bring integrity within our electoral system and government as a whole.
So, as it stands right now, you're going ahead and changing venue, moving into Los Angeles, California, and you're going to be going ahead and scheduling it towards October. So those that have actually purchased tickets can actually have those tickets honored at the change of venue?
All the tickets are refundable, and they can transition and honor them, of course, to the venue in LA as well. So the tentative date that we're having it on is October 12th, Columbus Day, I believe.
Okay.
And so October 12th is the tentative date at UCLA, and I've been speaking with musicians like Immortal Technique for an hour the other day.
Okay.
He's like, I'm there, I'm available October 12th. We're planning to announce we're in direct contact with the agency and directly with Lupe Fiasco, musician. It's really happening, and so I've been tweeting with Joe Rogan, and it's just for real. It's celebrities or not, we're all just people. Whether you're Joe Rogan, Lupe Fiasco, it doesn't matter whether you're what you do. We're just all people that want to live in a healthy, happy. Our rights and security now, and the phones, and Patriot Act, NDAA. So it's very obvious that these powerful individuals really want to control the world, and it's not healthy for any of us. So, so this movement is the beginning. We don't need to have negativity. It's rising and music and bringing people together to inspire the kids to run for office in 2014. So we are starting at UCLA. It looks like October 12th. It is the kickoff. And yeah, Arkansas is definitely looking has a strong possibility for us holding one of those 10 spots there.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, so we haven't forgotten about Arkansas.
It's just gotten bigger.
Helps us get where we are today. It's a good problem to have, and Greg Duckleman, Dugan King, all these leaders across the spectrum wholeheartedly support and understand that to make that national wave and international, like UCLA has a great history and track record of achieving that.
Okay. Well, thank you, Christina, for giving us a critical update about free and equal. And we really do. I'm really glad I finally managed to get this to work out for you. I'm certainly going to have to get a little bit better at this phone system, but I am so grateful that you called back so that we could actually get the information out about this. I think there are a lot of people here, a lot of listeners that would really love the fact that you actually were able to give us the announcement semi-officially. I believe that there is a press release that it came out before you called, luckily. But thank you so much for calling in and letting us know about the developments with Free and Equal.
I will. I'll be in touch for your listeners. If you want to learn more, go to Free and Equal, freeandequal.org. I mean, we had a corporation offer $500,000 to sponsor this festival. I turned it down. I don't want products that are unhealthy for our kids, for our people. I want causes and businesses and just people to support truly this organization that's for them. So we're a nonprofit, and every dollar that's donated is for great, great things. And you can go to freeandequal.org. And naturally, if you want to sponsor this event, Occupy Little Rock, thank you so much for being a part of this. We'll bring you right into LA, and I'll see you again in Little Rock. I'm going to hit all 50 states and every country in the world, that's for sure. But in any case, definitely check us out at freeandequal.org, and check us out online. I think that it will be streamed live on October 12th for the world to see.
Thank you so much, Christina.
Okay, take care.
Okay, that was Christina Tobin from Free and Equal, and giving us an update on the actual deal of the change of venue. And it's great to know that we've actually have much more, it's not necessarily a political thing, it's more of a mutual function thing. Apparently we really do care about the function of the way our country runs, and I think that the time has changed. We've had a narrative change. Matrix is not necessarily laying itself down on us so hard on our brains.
I will shorten my Fort-Smith report. I'm running out of time.
Yeah, you're running out of time here.
Just to kind of start at the beginning, but quickly. Fort Smith was the home to Whirlpool Corporation for a very long time. In fact, the city, I believe they were the main employer in the city of Fort Smith, Arkansas. And for a very long time, everyone was very happy. Even when they moved, people were thankful that they'd been there with so many jobs for so long. And in 1980 I believe they left in the late 80s. Okay, so in 2010, Whirlpool started lobbying Fort Smith's board of directors to restrict where people were allowed to drill wells in the area of where the Whirlpool factory once was. Okay. And in time, it came out that in the 1980s, there was a spill of a degreaser called, see if I can get this correctly, trichloroethylene, which is relatively common in spills, and because of its density and water solubility, most of the time will travel easily through soil and contaminate the groundwater.
Yes.
And they believe that the groundwater has been contaminated in the area. There's a lot of evidence that they found, I believe, 3 rare cancer clusters in the area that can be traced back to this chemical. And it is not the only one they have discovered. There is more than one that they have found in the last few years. And I've heard that Aaron Brockovich's law firm has gotten involved and is working with residents. But as of right now, I know the board of directors is very angry and not taking a lot of crap from Whirlpool.
Good.
and is also not very happy with the governmental agency which is overseeing this. They don't feel that they're doing nearly enough. And I have to agree, because as it stands, Whirlpool is only doing cleanup on their property.
Oh dear.
They're not continuing outside of what used to be their factory, so any groundwater or soil that has been contaminated off of those grounds is not being addressed.
I'm shocked,
Right?
I tell you.
Oh boy. Well, no, actually, it's par for the course. Actually.
Right. I've been trying to get in contact with some people who live in that area and who have attended those meetings. I've also tried Occupy Fort Smith. I have not heard back yet, but I will continue to try and get them and hopefully get them on the air next week.
You hear that, Fort Smith? Anyone listening out there, please get a hold of Kaitlin. You can get a hold of her through the OccupyLittleRock.org site or the Facebook page.
I'll even give you my email. That's all right. You can reach me at Klott, that's KLOTT, at ArkansasComm.org.
And that's right, you guys. We've got about 1 minute, and Melanie's going to round out the show for us.
All right, and on the same note that Kaitlin was on, I wanted to share something, an oldie but goldie from the late great George Carlin. Oh, beautiful for smoggy skies, insecticided grain, for strip mine mountains' majesties above the asphalt plain.
Where's my lighter?
America, America, man sheds his waste on thee, and hides the pines with billboard signs from sea to shining sea.
Yay! It's beautiful. I need a lighter.
Yeah.
Occupy Little Rock Radio, over and out.